And we're back. So we were talking right before we started rolling about if we want to continue doing
crazy numbers. I feel like eventually it's
normal numbers for our podcast, or if we want to start doing crazy numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Personally, I think this feels like a great episode 67. But
ooh, okay, I do. I'm getting really good vibes from 67 though.
Okay, so it's just based on the vibes, not actual like.
Yeah, but eventually, I feel like we're gonna need to maybe put those bad boys in order for ease of listeners.
When we start coming up with bad vibe numbers instead of good vibe numbers.
Yeah, when we run out of good vibe numbers,
then we'll start doing it. But we should also, you want to start titling them, right? With like a quote.
I think we should, because it's like, which episode should I listen to? I have no context if I'm looking at 4 episodes and it's just random numbers.
That's fair.
So I think maybe a little title, just something, just a little taste, something to give the people something to look. You need some help with that?
Yeah, I'm having trouble opening my water bottle. Thank you.
ASMR. There you go.
Yeah.
Take a big wet gulp.
Don't do that.
Well, don't put the top back on.
Yeah, you're right.
We're going to run into the same issue.
So what we did this episode is we banished...
the littlest of boys.
Yeah, we banished the cat.
He was too distracting.
Yeah.
He was getting too crazy with it.
He resulted in bad content.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, sorry about last week's bummer.
Yeah, when you tore the green screen down.
Yeah. But I'm feeling really good about today's episode. I know we already started and it's already rolling.
I like the fact that it's light out. See, we're recording this episode on a weekend, so it's good weekend chill vibes.
Yeah, it's extremely chill vibes. And I've got a little IPA.
Yeah.
So very chill. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty silly.
Chilling on a Saturday with an IPA.
Chilling with the boys on a Saturday.
I have water. I'm sober now. Oh, I didn't tell you.
Hey, are you actually?
No, I'm sober from cigarettes though.
Oh. I thought that happened like 5 years ago.
Well, it happened 3 years ago, but then this past weekend...
you brought it back?
I brought it back. I felt I was missing a little something from my life,
also, just for
so
context,
I
you
brought
brought it
cigarettes
back. You've brought it back multiple times.
Not really.
You brought it back a month ago.
Okay, I first broke... like the cigarette thing when I was visiting my friends in the South, and
but that was a special
there's a
exception.
restaurant where you can smoke inside.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm going to smoke a cigarette
smoke
inside.
Yeah.
And
that doesn't even count.
That was late. So that was almost 3 years. That was like 2 years, 11 months from when I stopped like consuming any nicotine. And then a few months ago I broke again, but I was blackout drunk. So that doesn't count.
That doesn't count either.
But then I was completely sober this time when I broke.
Oh, wow.
It was when I don't want to retell this story, but my car essentially, I fucking hit a curb. My car.
Oh, you smoked a cig that night?
The next day, essentially, my car broke down in New Jersey.
And it was pouring rain. I live in Philly.
It was pouring rain. I had to get a hotel. Ended up spending like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on repairs in the hotel and all this shit, the towing. And the next morning, I'm waiting around for the guys to fix my car, and I was like, I saw one of them, like one of the repair guys at the shop, smoking a cig outside, and I was like, that's a man I want to be.
I would kill for a cig right now.
Yeah, I was like, I'd kill for a cig right now.
You deserve it. You have the worst car luck of anyone I've ever met.
Yeah, so every time my car breaks down, I'll treat myself. So I bought a pack of cigs at
very
Wawa.
Often.
Yeah, that's going to be my key back in. And then I was like, okay, one cig, and then I got drunk like the next night and I smoked one. And then
oh my God.
I unfortunately this week was like just smoking them like normally, just like during the day and shit.
What the
Because I was like, all right, well, I might as well just, dive head first. It's kind of a pussy move to be like, oh, I have a cigarette once in a while. Like, if you're going to do it, you got to smoke a pack a day.
Yeah, I was just saying,
or else you're just a shitty user.
Like,
yeah. If you do anything, you got to go all the way. You can't be a pussy
big
like,
or go home.
Like, oh, I only do fentanyl when my Coke is laced in it. Like, no. If you take...
I do that shit on purpose.
Yeah, if you have any fentanyl, you got to be doing that shit every day or else you're a pussy.
Yeah, for real.
This was sponsored by the city of Philadelphia.
We're trying to encourage more.
Yeah. Well, you know what Philadelphia needs? More fentanyl on the streets. But yeah, and I just was like going back to it. And then
wow, you really held that in. Just for we text every day. This is something you normally would have told me.
Yeah, well, there's so much stuff that we say, and I was actually thinking about this earlier, like we've known each other for years and we've talked for hours and hours of non-recorded
least.
shit. At least 3 hours. And there's so many like stories that I've told you and you've told me that would be so funny to share.
We need to talk less. I think
Yeah,
we
I
gotta
think
like
that's the
close off
thing.
contact.
But even like old, like
I know.
I'll get to it in my Freak of the Week, but this is something I probably told you like 2 years ago, so I would never think to tell you again. But it's like,
well, you should. I got a shit memory. I'll probably laugh as if it was the first time.
that's good to know. But yeah, we're off the cigs. I threw the pack away because
you did. How many did you smoke off this pack you got at Wawa?
like half.
Half? I don't know how many, like 12? How many come in a pack?
I don't know, to be honest. I probably smoke like 6 or 7.
All right. I'm not a big cig smoker, only when I'm drunk. But when I was in Greece, I was ripping them because everybody...
That's another time you're allowed.
Because when you're out of the country, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
But it's pretty... Everybody there was smoking cigs, and I was like, yeah.
Those cigs aren't bad for you.
Yeah.
European cigs are pretty much just as healthy as if you were to...
Like, eat a carrot.
Eat a...
Like, if you're going to dip some celery into ranch or smoke a Greek cig, it's the same.
Yeah, it's actually... The ranch dressing is less
it's so
healthy.
long, they have all those, like, pictures
Less
on it.
healthy.
I'm like, can you put, like, maybe a nice little logo? Like,
they have
I don't
the
want to
pictures of people
see, like, the
dying and
lung
shit.
cancer.
Oh, dude, well-
Like, what a buzz killer.
The commercials in the U.S. also freak me the fuck out with like the
I know the thing
smoked
in the thread, like,
cigarettes
I
once,
smoke cigarettes.
and now I'm a robot.
You know what is pretty crazy though? I see a lot of those. Sorry, I'm moving my mic in all sorts of directions. But I see a lot of those teens nowadays end up in the hospital for vaping.
I don't believe that shit.
You see that?
Yeah,
Teens,
I'm so excited in 20 years to see the actual effects that vaping has.
I hope it's good effects. Like maybe it adds,
Like you get stronger.
or like you just get a lot of extra life. Like you live longer.
That's a bad effect.
You put me out of my misery.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't.
Well, I'm really
smoked...
proud of you for throwing. You actually, something that always impresses me is your. Two things about you impress me. One is your ability to get addicted to things, but two is your ability to quit. You can quit like
great at
like
quitting.
nobody else. Like it astounds me how easily you can quit. Like I can't. It makes me feel so weak.
Yeah, no, I'm not even just
You're a
drugs.
fucking quitter.
I'm a quitter in life. I love quitting
fucking
jobs.
Quitter.
Yeah, I'm addicted. I'm addicted to quitting. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I have, as you know, an incredibly addictive personality.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of myself for throwing those away because.
Yeah, no, I've watched you quit some. It's unbelievable. It's honestly unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm the biggest quitter around.
Yeah. Me, I'm just a fucking liar. I don't really quit, but I do lie.
You can lie about quitting.
Exactly.
That's just as good.
If I lie about quitting and no one's there to see me engage, like partake,
Yeah,
if a tree falls,
if a tree falls in the forest,
I'm gonna smoke a cig on it.
I'm gonna chop it up and
I
make
would
it into a
chop-
cigarette like they did in the old days. I listened to no free ads, but Behind the Bastards podcast.
Oh, what episode?
They had a series on like how cigarettes became like marketable and shit, and they'd put them in like baseball card packs and shit. So it would be
sneaking them into the youth.
Yeah, it's like the modern equivalent of like
making jewels look like fun toys.
or like if you get a fucking like pack
like
of
a Happy Meal?
Pokemon cards.
Oh.
Like you get a pack of Pokemon cards and every Pokemon card comes with like a American Spirit or some shit.
Were your friends, speaking of cards, your friends in high school, you guys were pretty cool. But
Yeah.
you weren't the coolest. So I'm wondering, did you guys...
Mid-tier,
Yeah, mid-tier. Did you guys ever play like Magic the Gathering, or
No.
was that below your tier?
No, I don't even think that's like oh you're a nerd. It was just I never got into it. Honestly, I'm not smart enough to play that shit.
Oh,
I just realized my water bottle is probably blocking the green screen.
well, that's okay. Everything on the table blocked. We should get like drop a comment on what you think we should put on this table.
Yeah, like a centerpiece.
It can't
to
be
block
anything
the
that
green
needs to
screen.
like have any sort of balance because it's at like definitely a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, it should be
This
crooked.
floor is tilted.
Should be crooked like Hillary. You hear they're arresting. You hear they're arresting Trump. This might age poorly.
Oh, really?
Trump went on Truth Social and was like, "They're arresting the former president,"
I didn't. When
which
was
is an awesome way to talk about yourself.
I'm gonna
I'd be
start
like,
doing that.
they're
for
firing the podcaster.
No, I'll do like the former editor-in-chief of her high school's literary magazine.
The mainstream media is coming after her.
Coming after me.
No, yeah, they're arresting him for some shit about like I think the Stormy Daniels
Some
thing.
bullshit. Oh,
Some
I saw
bullshit,
that.
yeah.
The extortion. Yeah.
That's such a funny thing to arrest him on.
I know.
It's like when they got Al Capone for tax.
like,
You're about to say Al Pacino.
Sure
Yeah, it's like when they
fucking
got Al
was.
Pacino for tax
when they
fraud.
got Al Pacino for tax fraud, but really
When he's really murdered people in so many films.
in so many films, and everyone's just letting this slide because he's
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah. Italians are allowed to commit murders, I think.
Because they do it in a cool way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool when
It's
Italians
very cool.
commit
We make
murders. They
movies
make
about
movies.
that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Creamy minds think alike. Yeah. But yeah, if Trump actually goes, I mean, obviously he's not going to go to prison, like, but that mugshot is going to be so fucking
That's gonna
great.
be sick.
That's gonna be on the back of so many
Oh my god, I don't even want to know how many products are gonna
just
use
like
that.
the shirt. Well, the thing is, like, that's gonna be merchandised in equal amount by like the like
rights-
cringy
yeah,
like
yeah,
resist
yeah.
libs
Yeah.
and like the right wingers who are, they're gonna use it as like people like, you know, El Chapo's mugshot.
Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt and sell it at like Hot Topic or some
Yeah, Trump's
shit.
about that life. Like, I don't
Yeah, it's gonna be, or no, like what's his name, XXX the rapper,
yeah.
his mugshot,
XXX the rapper.
or yeah, NBA YoungBoy. It's gonna be much like Twitter trolls with the Trump mugshot being like L plus ratio plus
plus young
Trump
boy better.
Imagine if he did end up in prison though. Do you think he'd be a top or a bottom?
Ooh, great
Like, do you
question.
think he'd be a
I
bitch,
think-
or do you think he'd make someone his bitch?
I think he'd be a bitch, but he would act like he was on top. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm a power bottom. Power bottoms are actually more powerful.
He didn't come in me. I didn't let him come in me. I said the only way we're doing this is I come in you.
At the last minute, we switched places.
It's only gay if they come inside you.
I was like, Diplo. Do you see Diplo
What?
say that he received, or I don't know, someone asked if he was gay, and he was like, I didn't watch the clip, so this is a very bad like retelling, but I think what happened, based on my one, I think what happened is someone was like, yo, Diplo, like, are you gay? Have you explored? And he was like, I got a blowjob from a guy once, but I didn't even like look him in the eyes. Or maybe it was a dude. I don't know. He mentioned something about maybe getting a blowjob from, and he maybe knew it was a dude, but they didn't make eye contact, so not gay.
Not gay.
Which is so crazy.
That's like if you go into a glory hole and
you don't know who's on the other side.
Yeah, so is it gay if it was a dude?
Well, you're just bi-curious then.
I don't even think you're bi-curious.
Well, you're willing to experiment. If you're putting your shit in a glory
I think you're
hole,
just a gambler.
and you're worried about being gay, like, you have less things to worry about. Like, don't worry about being gay. Worry about being a freak.
Worry about whatever STDs are happening in there.
Well, I don't really know how glory holes work, if I'm going to be honest. What's on the other side?
A mouth.
Oh, I guess maybe.
What do you think a glory hole is?
Well, maybe you could say, hand, please. I don't want STDs, please.
You just want a hand job.
Well, I don't know. What if
Just
you're...
fucking keep it in your own stall then.
Yeah, that's true.
Just give yourself a hand job in the gas station bathroom. We've all done
That's
it.
true. But maybe it's about trying something new.
It's about the adventure of
It's about the journey, not
new
the
experiences and taking risks.
like if you go to Amsterdam and you're like, all right, I guess I'll buy some sex, one sex please, from the store.
Yeah.
And I'll buy
It's the same thing. I mean, you can convince yourself there was anyone on the other side of the glory hole.
You can convince yourself there's anyone, but there is someone.
Yeah, no, but like,
you can be like, you can imagine a total babe on the other side.
Yeah, just be like,
I'll tell you right now, it's not a babe.
fucking.
But I bet.
I'm trying to think of.
I bet she's a beautiful woman inside and out.
I can't think of like back in like the 2000s or something. You'd be able to be like, if I were making a reference, like, oh, you can imagine blank in there, and you'd be able to be like, oh, Megan Fox, or like,
are you trying to like are you trying
that
to figure out
ESPN swimsuit model that's married to that MLB pitcher? Is it like
Oh
her last
my
name's
God.
Olsen?
Oh, Kate Upton.
Yeah, Upton.
Yeah, but that's old news.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying now we
Who's,
don't
like,
really
the hot
have any
star
of
of
those.
today?
Like who's like you think of like a hot star. Now most of them are just the ones that I hear about. It's like fucking kids, like Olivia Rodrigo, and they aren't even like hot.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like a cute like girl.
Yeah.
It's not like holy shit. Like who's our Megan Fox?
Megan Fox. Oh, I'm gonna burp. You know who I think is really hot is Margot Robbie.
Still though, she doesn't have
do
that.
it for you?
No,
I know,
she's hot.
I know she
like,
does,
yeah,
but
she's
she
fucking
doesn't do
hot,
it for
but
everyone.
She doesn't have that
like that name.
star power, like that name
know.
recognition.
Well, maybe
star
we're just
power.
waiting for the NBT, next big thing.
Yeah. Who was the last one though? I mean, I can't even.
Who after Megan Fox was like everyone's celebrity crush?
Megan Fox really dominated that shit for a while.
I feel like she's still.
I mean, like a Jenner, maybe.
Oh, not
No.
for me. Also, maybe this is a hot take. I'm gonna call it out now. If I'm wrong, then I'm fucking wrong. I think Kylie Jenner is gay.
You think Kylie Jenner's gay?
Yeah, I think she's gay. She has these
Why?
girl best friends that live with her all the time, and then who's the boy?
Oh, that's which. I mean, roommates. She's bullying.
Yeah, well, she's
So isn't she married to Travis Scott?
They're not married. They have kids together, but they live in separate houses, and they don't seem to fucking know anything about each other or like each
Remember
other.
when Travis Scott killed 10 people with his bare hands?
He literally put the gun on their forehead and shot them execution style. It was crazy.
That was awesome.
You had to be there.
My favorite new trend is the people watching like concerts and being like, "This is Satan." Like I think I want to say it was Playboy Cardi did a set out. I think it was Rolling Loud, and there was like satanic imagery or whatever, and people are like, "This is unholy." Like this.
Okay.
It's like, have you ever listened to Playboy Cardi's music?
It's like, okay.
That's gonna make you vomit anything religious you had out of your body in the first place. I don't fucking get Playboy Cardi, man.
You know who I've been listening to a lot recently?
Baby Keem.
I'm always listening to Baby Keem. I don't know if I told the story in the podcast, but I recently I do this pretty often, but last week I was brought to tears listening to Baby Keem because I remembered the one fateful day. So picture this, listeners. You're me, and you love Baby Keem. You love him so much. He's your Baby Keem. He's your little infant Keem. And so I decided to splurge on myself because Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar, two big names, were going on tour. And so I bought myself, just me, a little floor ticket for myself to go see them in Philadelphia. It's like a $400 ticket. I know every word. I'm so excited. And it's my big day off. And I'm going to go to this concert. I order myself my most delicious pad thai. I get it delivered. I eat it all up. Delicious. I can't wait to go to my concert. I am like, wait, holy shit. I have the most genius idea ever. I'm trying to prepare because I have to go to work the next morning at 7 a.m. I'm like, okay, so I'll take a little nappy and then I'll go to the concert, be well rested the next morning. Unfortunately, I don't know. I can't wake up. I cannot get out of bed like to save my goddamn life. And so I went to take down my little peaceful nap at 4 p.m. and I woke to Eric, my very podcast co-host, banging on my door at 10:30 p.m. because he thought I died. And I slept through the whole goddamn show.
She was very upset, to say the least.
I cried. Eric came in my room and I was crying. And I cry to this day multiple times because I'll be listening to him and I'll forget the sins that I have sinned. And I'll be listening. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, this would be so awesome to. And then.
If only.
If only. But I'm listening to a lot of 21 Savage recently.
21 Savage is fucking great.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Do you listen to like his album with Drake?
No, I was listening to his album with Metro Boomin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I was listening to some of the songs with Drake, but no hate to Drake if you're listening.
I don't like it. I'm not a Drake
But
guy.
I can't fucking stand Drake's verses on those songs. And it was so embarrassing the other day. I was at my cool indie coffee shop and we had to pull up our Receiptify. We didn't have to. We were just doing it and I gave into peer pressure.
They forced you at gunpoint to pull up your Receiptify.
Yeah, and they were like, you're going to be fired. And I pulled up, where the fuck are you going?
Sorry, I'm sliding all over the place. Tune into the YouTube.
And I pulled up my Receiptify and my number one song for the whole month was More M's.
Oh, sick.
I know, but the thing is, I don't even listen to the whole song. I get to 156.
And then you just stop,
And
but
I
it still made
stop.
your... I'm going to pull up mine up now. This might be a fun little...
Wait,
I think we should talk about music more on the podcast.
Yeah, we do listen to a lot of music. I don't listen to enough. I'm really on a quest to listen to more. My parents, like, you know how people know all the songs because their parents listen to music?
Yeah.
My parents did not do that. My mom listened to 2010's country, and my dad listened to Nirvana and Pearl Jam and nothing else. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was just the Beatles and, like, Paul McCartney.
I didn't. Eric introduced me to the Beatles. Well, I mean, I knew who they were, but, like...
All right, you have 3 guesses to guess my top song from last month.
Okay, can I guess band first?
Yeah.
Is it... Fuck, what have you been listening to? Is it Black Country New Road?
No.
Is it... Give me a hint.
It's someone that you listen to. It's a person, not a band.
Oh. Elliott Smith?
Nope.
Fuck, I don't know what you've been listening to. I listen to them too.
You're going to kick yourself. I'll just tell you. It's Mine by Taylor Swift.
No, it's not.
Yeah, dude, I've been ripping Speak Now by Taylor Swift.
Man, that is the best thing you could have said.
And then it's so funny
to me.
because from there it's just like Jockstrap, Sufjan Stevens, Joyce Manor, Weighs Blood, and then like the 1975's latest album.
That's
which is
sick.
really good.
I'm so glad mine is up there because that's one of my all-time favorite T Swift songs.
It's amazing.
Wow.
And that's and then it's just The Story of Us is at spot like 5.
Wow, The Story of Us.
And then it's just
that's not one of my go-tos.
Dude, I'll listen to anything from that album. I don't give a shit.
No, Speak Now fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just like normal, like the indie shit that I listen to.
Yeah.
And then sprinkle a little T-Swizzle. And that's the only Taylor Swift album I listen to, too.
Well, because it's fucking fire.
Yeah, there's something, I just love a good fucking hook. And that album is just hook after hook after hook.
Hooks. Honestly, that's so good. She's got a lot of her songs off Lover, Don't Love, sorry to all my Swifties out there. But there's a few bridges on that album that'll make your pit sweat. My Receipt to Fight. Yep. Number 1, More M's, Drake and 21 Savage. The word, like, I could not tell you how embarrassing it was to say that sentence out loud.
To all your indie
to all of
coworkers.
my like indie coworkers. I was like, guys, at 156, I skipped to the next song. That's when Drake comes in.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
I had a thought the other day
Let's hear it.
Why are all people who work at coffee shops gay? Like, why is that a thing?
I don't know. I also,
like, when did that start?
Well, I think the thing is for me is like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? What comes first, barista or gay? For me, I knew gay people worked at coffee shops and I knew I was gay. So I was like, put me in, coach. Like, I sought it out. Actually, that's almost the truth. My first coffee shop job, I walked in and the person who helped me, I was like, I am in love with you now. And then they were like, we're hiring. Like, do you have any availability? And I said yes, even though I didn't because I'm a liar, as we established.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, okay, can you work weekends? And I was like, yeah, I can work weekends. Of course I can. And I could. And then they didn't train me and they just put me on. And
Nice.
then that person that I started to be a barista for quit before I even started. They hired me. 2 days
That's
later,
how they
he
get you.
quit. I took his job. That fuck.
Oh, it was a him.
Yeah, it was a him.
Oh.
I know. I was crazy back then. But I was like, this is where the people go.
Yeah, but why is it that gay people...
I don't know. I really don't know
it's
what
like
it
the
is.
fucking
It's something
YMCA.
I think,
They all just fucking show up there and they
oh
naturally
my God.
gravitate towards there.
They literally do. Like, how many... At my job, like, we've had a few straight people come in and they all quit.
Yeah, because they get bullied out.
Yeah, because I bully
We need more
them.
straight men in barista positions.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you. I don't know how it happens. I love it, though.
Fellas, join the
Fellas.
revolution. Everyone go apply to work your local coffee shop. And you know what? I'm putting it out here right now. I'm going to work at and then eventually own the very first homophobic coffee shop. This will be a safe space for all my fellow homophobic straight men to come, to work, to come. Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely eventually turn into like a gay thing, as most homophobic things do.
Of course.
Those are always, oh my God, do you see the lieutenant governor of Tennessee?
What happened with
He was
him?
commenting on this like little Twinkie kids like Instagram.
Oh, fuck. I think I did see
it was
that,
so
actually.
funny. It was so great. It's always those guys too. It's so funny.
Classic. Oh, wait. Actually, 2 things on here was an album I was going to send to you, but I felt like you probably... You ever seen... Okay, so I have Drake and 21 Savage at number 1. Little Adrian Lenker, number 2. And I got a lot of Fugees, but Haley Hayender, I don't know. She has a few good songs. I'll send them to you.
Okay.
Got them from Dickie. Thanks, Dickie. You don't listen.
Fuck you, Dickie.
Cute.
Okay, so do you want to get into Freak of the Week?
I would love to.
All right. I just started my Freak of the Week thing has just been populated by all these fucking... Oh, speaking of... That just reminded me, fucking freaks. This isn't even my Freak of the Week, but I was at Starbucks.
Yeah.
And
you went to Starbucks?
Yeah, I go to Starbucks like once a week at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
what do you
becoming a
get?
Starbucks guy. I get a fucking...
I just get a fucking black coffee.
I just get a fucking coffee.
Do you actually just get a black coffee?
I get oat milk in it.
Wow! Woo!
This podcast is turning me gay.
Our boy is moving off of dairy.
Every day I become less Jewish and more gay.
You can be both.
I don't
Hey.
think so.
You can be both.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. I know.
I don't know a single Jewish gay person.
I
It's
do.
Jack Antonoff. I'm assuming he's Jewish and gay.
One day I need to walk you through. Not that you give a shit about anything that I care about, but I got to walk you through this great theory that I love and subscribe to. That Lord and Jack Antonoff had a little.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a great PowerPoint on it that I would love to present.
You made the PowerPoint?
No, I didn't make the PowerPoint.
Oh, someone
I
else
found
did.
it.
I'm not a Lord guy. I don't know. I don't care for Lord. I'm a Lana guy.
You can be both. You don't like Lord? You
No.
never not pure heroin at all? You should give it a listen.
I should give it a listen. But anyways, I was
honestly her debut album. Maybe you have to be a teenage girl, but I think you should give it a follow-up listen.
Okay.
But not the other two. That's fine if you don't like
Okay.
those. I respect that.
So I was at Starbucks and there was this just like
Sorry.
big fucking woman wearing like
I don't like the way you said that.
she was a big presence.
Okay. Like my dad.
Yeah. But she was like short
Yeah. She had a lot to
and
say.
just spread out. And
right.
she was wearing a pink sweatshirt, like
Yeah.
the brand Pink.
Oh, okay.
And she's
Was it bedazzled?
Yeah, like
Okay,
on like
perfect.
the sleeves.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's ordering a pink
drink.
A fucking pink drink.
Yeah,
but she
those are
didn't-
delish.
She just points at the menu. There's like a picture of she goes, I need that. And so they start making it for her. They bring her like a pink drink or whatever. And she's like, that is not what I ordered. That's not what I ordered. I cannot drink that. So then they throw it out and she's like, I need, and she's like pulling shit up on her phone. She doesn't know how to use her words. She just
secret
needs
menu.
pictures. It's like she never learned how to read. It's not, she just was looking up fucking pictures of shit and pointing to them like a fucking 4-year-old. Trying to express what's like a car and what's a kangaroo or whatever. And the second one, nope. So she eventually, it's not even for her, it turns out. She calls her friend or disgusting fucking family member or some shit and puts her on speaker and like she can't fucking hear.
Is she
like
in front
the
of
barista,
you in line?
We're both waiting for our drinks.
Oh my God.
She was in front of me though.
That poor fucking
and
barista.
so she's like playing this shit out loud, like on speaker, and the barista's like, I can't understand what your friend or
that poor fucking
disgusting
barista.
family member is
I'm
saying.
in solidarity with them.
Yeah, and eventually, like the third one, she got her, and it's just, and I was already pissed off, and I was just giving her like a death glare, and then some fucking like hipster dude from across the place was just staring at me, stare at her because I look like a fucking psycho. Just because I mean, I was ready to say, I was gonna say something like super mean, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel like getting into it. This woman, like, what if
Yeah,
she
I'm
throws a
glad you
drink on
didn't.
me?
You stress me the fuck out in public.
I never do anything though.
I know. You just stress me out.
Yeah,
You just remind me of my dad a little bit too much.
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, no, that shit just pissed me off. Like you're in your pink sweatshirt, getting your pink fucking drink.
Not even the one you wanted, fucking bitch.
Fuck you. All right. So, anyways, my freak of the week is the boys in my 6th grade football camp who kept trying to pull each other's pants down.
Okay, elaborate.
So this was anyone who listened to our
First episode, second episode, the episode where we should rename
Our
it. The
20s
one where we talk about little boys.
the one where we talk about little boys, and I was expressing how badly I wanted to play football in middle school. My
Yes.
parents eventually, I think it was like the summer going into 6th grade. Honestly,
Oh, that's early.
they sent me to a football camp.
Oh, which one? I believe my brother went to the same.
No, it was in like Wheaton.
Okay, well, that's not that far.
I don't know what
Okay,
it was called.
anyway,
but
continue.
It was at Northwood High School.
I know that place. Northwest?
Northwood, like in Wheaton, Silver Spring.
All right, keep going.
And
You know that we're the most diverse in the fucking nation? I just saw a tweet that was like, this
like
place in
most
Maryland.
diverse county.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or like, I was like Silver Spring or something.
Yeah, Silver Spring.
Yeah. Keep going.
And so they sent me to the football camp, and I was like the smallest fucking kid. They had me play quarterback, and I can fucking sling that rock. I was slinging the
You
fuck
were
out of that
slinging the
rock.
rock.
I
I
just didn't
believe
have
you.
good field vision, so I kept throwing interceptions.
have
But they were
classes.
bombs. They were bomb interceptions. I just couldn't see who was open. But
believe
anyways,
you could have gone pro if not for the knee injury.
yeah, the boys in my like group or whatever on my team, they started a naughty little game of trying to pants each other. And they'd pants each other and be like, ha ha ha. And the coaches or like the like counselors or whatever were like, hey, yo, stop it. Like, that's not cool, guys. You can't violate each other like that. And the kids are like pantsing each other and shit. And it's like fun or whatever. And I'm fucking petrified. I'm so fucking scared of getting pants
course.
because hey, they'd all see like my pasty white legs. And like, there weren't that many white kids because like it's a camp in Wheaton and shit.
Yeah. Wheaton is very.
That's why they had me play quarterback.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Wheaton, for all of you that don't know, there's not a lot of white kids there.
It's just like a diverse area, but diverse if you're... Yeah. And...
You have to be from Maryland.
It's a bunch of different types of Black and Hispanic people. That's how diverse it is.
That's where... That was like our area.
And then also Orthodox Jews, but they weren't at the football camp. But they're all pantsing each other, and I'm terrified of getting pants because A, they'd see my pasty white legs, and B, it was at that point where I didn't have the personal autonomy to tell my dad that I don't like tighty whities.
Oh no! So you didn't have boxers yet?
I didn't have boxers like the cool kids. I was wearing tighty whities like my dad.
No.
And
that I get that though.
I was so scared.
It's so embarrassing. Your parents, yeah.
And so they were going around pants, and I was like, "This shit is not happening. This shit is not happening to me." So I take the I'm wearing like gym shorts, and I take the strings and I double knot them, but like triple knot, quadruple, like so tight like that if you tried to pull my pants down, you'd like break your elbow trying to pull my pants down. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, like I'm safe. And it's like constricting the shit out of me. It's like you're wearing a tight ass belt, and I'm running like around in the summer. I feel like shit.
No,
like I started like getting a rash and shit. It was so bad. But I was like, I'm not getting pantsed. I'm not getting pantsed. But I didn't get pantsed.
Did anyone even try? Maybe they knew not to.
No. Yeah, everyone knew to stay away from me because you don't fuck with the one white kid. That's kind of the rule now. You don't fuck with if there's one white kid, you don't fuck with the one white kid.
In case he brings his parents' gun to school.
Yeah, exactly. In this case, it would be like bring my parents like menorah.
I know. My brother played football for one season. I think for a similar league, but for like my town's version. And my poor sweet baby brother, he threw bombs, but he didn't like being tackled. And
that's the worst part about football.
And I get that.
Any QB will tell any seasoned QB such as myself will tell you that. But then I got home and I was like, all right, time to go to bed. Time to take a shower and change out of my shorts. Oh, and that shit was not happening.
No, you couldn't get them off?
I couldn't get them off.
So what'd you do?
I had to cut them off with scissors. But then I went back the next day. Rinse and repeat, baby. Tied the next pair of shorts I had so tight. Went home, cut that shit with scissors. I had to get my mom to take me to Kohl's next week. It's like, damn, they fucked up all my shorts at football camp. Not my fault at all, but it was actually the counselor. The counselor was tying he was all up in my pants, tying them up too tight and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to hear my experience with sports camp? It's very on brand for how I deal with things. So I did a little... Yeah, of course. You can have some. I took the one with the least alcohol per volume. So I did this little field hockey camp. Mom, if you're listening, turn off. I did this. What was that face?
That was like a very like something about the first sip of beer is so fucking. I love beer, man. Keep going. I just love fucking beer. If you're a beer Voodoo Ranger.
Hey, Voodoo Ranger, what the fuck is up?
What the fuck is up? Sponsor us.
Yeah, give us like 20.
I'll drink all of them on camera, and then you can watch me.
I'll talk about this.
Watch my heart break. Watch me jump.
So I did this. Okay, back to me. I did this field hockey camp, and it was in DC, and like, but the problem it was like at what the fuck, one of those schools, you know, the ones like one of the high schools with the like
a prep school.
Yeah, like one of those,
like a Brett Kavanaugh school.
It was,
speaking of beer,
actually I think it was Brett Kavanaugh's prep school, if I'm gonna be honest.
That's Georgetown.
I know it was one of like
was it Georgetown prep?
Okay, no, it wasn't Georgetown prep. It was like holy crap, it was like one of the
okay
it was like one of those bullshit ones. And so I had to go to this field hockey camp, and I'm just so we're all clear, I was a really anxious kid, and one of my biggest things, even to this day, like I hate walking into a room where there's already the people are there. Like in middle school, this is
you don't want people to turn their heads.
Yeah, like in middle school, I had to walk to school every day. And so this is a Southern side story to give you some context on how I make decisions and how fucking stupid my brain works. Like if I was walking to school, I had a 45-minute walk to school when I was like 12 or 13. Mm-hmm. And if I was halfway there and I'm like, I'm not going to make it. Like I'm just not going to make it in time. I had to walk through this park, and I would get to this one part at the park, and I would be like, okay, like I'm going to be 10 minutes late to class. And I would just skip school and I would sit in the woods for 6 hours. I didn't have a phone. I had a
Just
flip
become
phone.
a nomad for the day.
Yeah, I was so
Live off
afraid
the earth.
of like walking into my English class late
Kill
that
animals.
I literally would I would sit on the creek with my fucking flip phone and be like, watch the time pass. And then afterwards I would walk home and be like, well, better luck tomorrow. And so the same sort of thing would happen here. I was going to this camp, but it was really hard to get to. It was in this weird field in the back, and I had to Uber because my mom was working. And so she was like, you got to Uber to camp. And I was like, all right, no problem. Like, I'm a big girl. And the Uber would drop me off at a weird place. And I didn't know how to get.
There's oh man, wait, maybe I can take a picture and put it up on the green
and we'll
screen.
put it up. You really had to be here.
The cat's paw is just like
cat's little
sticking
tiny
under the
paw.
fucking door.
Oh, the little boy wants to be a part of this so bad.
All
What if
right.
I let him in just for the end?
Yeah, fucking
All right.
let it. It was your idea to keep him out, but
I know, because he was distracting me too much.
sure,
Come
let
on
him in,
buddy.
as Paul McCartney once said.
Come on in. He wanted to hear my story.
Hi, baby.
Anyway, it's not that exciting. Basically, the Uber driver would drop me off, but it wouldn't be the right location, and I didn't know how to get there, and I would get too scared. So I just found this enclosure, and I would go in there and hide for like 10 minutes.
Was this also in the woods?
It wasn't. It was like woods adjacent. Like he would drop me off at the school address, but the school address was like I couldn't get to the field, and I was too worried. And so I'm like waiting in this thing, and I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I can't go to camp now because I'm gonna be late, and I can't be late because I can't.
No.
And then all of a sudden, worst fear in my life, they start looking for me because my friends are waiting for me at camp, and they are just like, and I'm just like hiding like in this shelter in the woods, like not like in the woods, like I'm hiding, but I'm literally like as if like the fucking police are after me, like I'm hiding behind a shed, and I'm like crouched.
The embarrassment
down.
if they do.
No, it would be so
Catch
much
you.
more. Like the truth is so embarrassing, and all of a sudden I just hear Elise, and like they're all looking for me, and I'm like, guys, like don't fucking look for me. And I eventually text like this girl that was in my thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, by the way, like I'm not coming to camp today. Like me and my mom are hanging out. And they were like, oh, and then they stopped yelling my name. And then I sat there for like 30 more minutes, and I called a different Uber to take me to the public library. And then I sat in the public library for 6 hours, and then I went home. I do that a lot.
That's great. I also hate being late. I
Yeah.
totally understand, and the fear of knowing people.
No, I just like can't, and I'm late.
That's definitely
I'm
happened to
late
me. I can't remember
everything.
when,
like,
but that sucks.
I'm late to work. I'm late to your house. I cannot show up on time for my goddamn life. But something about entering a room of people and being
No, it's
the
the
late
fucking
one,
worst. I'd be so scared
Oh,
about like in
God.
middle school. I had
Yes.
like band class, and then
Yeah.
I had my next class like upstairs, and I had to put my and if
Mm-hmm.
like I was like running late and put my instrument away, I just like have nightmares about
Yeah.
fucking being late to class for like 30 seconds, and no one would give a shit.
No one cares. I
But,
just
like,
could not stomach
and
it.
I'm like very punctual. Like I'm late far less than you are.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit
Yeah.
burns me. Like I've definitely skipped classes in college, so I wouldn't be late. I've never been late to a class in college.
100% have
That's
skipped
not true.
classes
I've been,
instead of
my
being
first ever class in college, I got lost. Like the first class I've ever freshman year, first semester, first class Monday, and I show up, and I was the last person to fucking show up, and ever since then I didn't show up late to a class.
Literally.
If I was running late, I just wouldn't go.
Dude, my first day of middle school, okay? Another little story about me, which is extremely on brand. It's the first day of middle school. I just moved to a new house, okay? And just for context, this is the same house. It's like a 45-minute walk. So it's so fucking far from the school. The school bus comes to my street to pick up another kid because he has disabilities. And my mom was like, can you also pick up my daughter? And they were like, no, like, sorry, fuck you.
She's not disabled enough.
She's not. And I was like, please, guys. But whatever.
You can fake it.
And so my mom was like, all right, like, go walk, like, you can walk to school because whatever. And it's my first day, and I'm walking, and I get to a crossroads. And all summer, my mom told me to practice the walk. And I was like, I don't need to practice the walk. I know how to get to school. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot, but I am a fucking idiot. And I get to the end of the street, and it's like, you either go left or you go right. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know which way to go. Mind you, all of the cars going left. Every car is going left. There's cars with kids that I know with backpacks on. Everyone's going left. Everyone and their fucking mother's going left. And I'm like, fuck. Like,
You're just not a sheep.
I'm not a sheep.
The lion
I'm a
goes
fucking
right.
lion, so I go right. And the sidewalk runs out. And I'm like, well, this is
The
crazy.
lion doesn't need a sidewalk.
Exactly. I was like,
Lions
in my head, I was
jaywalk.
like, how could they not? I was like, damn, I'm going to have to, like, kids have to walk to school. Why is there no sidewalk? Those freaks. So once again, I find myself in the woods, and I'm like hiking. And I get to the fucking highway, and I'm like, oh, I get to like the exit, one of the exits on the
Yeah.
highway. And I'm like, all right, I've made a mistake. And then I just turned back and I went home, and I cried, and I was so ashamed of myself, and I missed the first day because I got lost. And my mom came home, And I was in bed and I was so scared. Me and Mama had a rough relationship during this time too. And I was like so nervous. Like I was just so nervous. It was supposed to be my big day, my first day in middle school. Like I'm supposed to get my schedule. And I didn't go because I got fucking lost. Like I got lost going to school in this neighborhood I lived in my whole life. And I had to go home because I couldn't go to school late. And I sat in my bed and I watched American Idol Top 10 Most Saddest Auditions all day. You know the videos.
Yeah, I know that one.
And what the fuck are you looking at? You're just zoning out. Okay.
Yeah, no.
And then my mom comes home and she's like, how was your first day? I burst into tears because it was terrible.
Oh, wait.
And
I assumed that she was coming home like during school hours, so she would have caught you. But you could have lied.
Well, I could have lied.
Except the school probably called the home and was like, where's
My
this?
mom didn't give a fuck. I've missed so many days of school. She did not notice. All of those little escapades in the woods, she didn't ask me about them once.
Yeah, but they didn't call the house and be like,
Maybe,
that's what they do.
And they probably did. Anytime she did, I'd be like, oh, it's a mistake. She'd be like, oh, okay. Because I'm a straight A motherfucking student.
Yeah, no, I did that. I did that a lot too, but like in high school.
Yeah, I did that in high school also. And then she came home and I was crying and she was like, oh my God, like, did they bully you? And I was like, no, I didn't.
I bullied myself.
I bullied myself into
by
staying
not
home.
Practicing the walk.
Yeah, exactly.
So you said you have a Gleek of the week?
Unfortunately, the Gleek of the week is what I come up with in the next 3 seconds. I had a few potential Gleeks of the week, but none of them really stuck with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. You don't need to do it. You can wait to have like a more impactful Gleek of the week.
Yeah. I'll wait till next time.
I wrote down a few things. I woke up with like a little tune in my head.
Oh.
This is a potential idea for like a musical down the road. A musical about a boy who becomes like the best news boy. In Chicago. Wait, what?
Newsies?
What's that about?
I don't know, but it's like
Is that about newsboys?
Well, let's
that
look
better
it
not
up.
be about fucking newsboys.
Newsies
that was
is like
my
a
idea.
super famous
I've heard of Newsies.
musical.
I know, but I don't know what the plot is.
Newsies.
I assumed it was like journalists or some shit.
Jamie. Homeless New York City newsboy Jack
Are you
Cowboy
fucking kidding
Kelly
me?
befriends two newcomers to his trade. Unfortunately,
Fucking bullshit. Well, mine was based in Chicago. Totally different dialect. Totally different newsboy circuit.
Okay.
But I just had 2 lines stuck in my head when I woke up for this musical, which was based around these 2 lines. It's a little song. It's like, extra, extra, read all about it. Here's a boy who knows how to shout it.
Oh!
So the first line is in quotes. He's saying, this is the line, and here's the boy who knows how to shout that line.
Oh, okay. I really like that.
Yeah, so maybe I'll develop it. It can be like the next Nanny.
Yeah.
You know Nanny, right?
Nar.
The musical I came up with.
Oh.
And it's like, will you brush my teeth after?
Yeah, you don't have to sing any more of it.
All right, we'll do a Nanny.
We'll do a live.
We'll do a live performance of Nanny for all the Patreon subscribers. That'd be awesome.
No, I think you could write a great musical.
I think so too. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no, I'll save some of this for like a future Freak of the Week. I was thinking though, someone posted a picture of their grandpa on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like he just died.
Okay.
But they posted like a picture of like him and like they was like, I miss you so much, and the dude looked old as shit.
Yeah.
Like it was like it must have been like a very recent picture because he looked very old.
Like close to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to comment and like, damn, like R.I.P. But like he did look hella old, so I don't know what you were expecting.
I mean, you're always expecting death, but you're never expecting it when it happens.
He should have been expecting it when it happened.
All right. You're telling me you're not going to be upset when your grandfather of 95 dies?
Every day I wake up assuming that he's dead already. That's how I cope with that.
Wow. It's kind of a...
And then like if my mom's like says something like, oh, I was talking to grandpa today, I'll be like, he's alive?
Yeah. Okay.
Like I operate under the assumption that I do that. That's why I wasn't sad when Maddie one of my dogs died. Because I assume Maddie's been dead. I assume that Ellie's dead right now.
Sad when Maddie died. I was sad.
I didn't cry.
You didn't?
No.
I think you did.
I didn't cry. I used to cry when I was a kid. I'd like, if I needed to cry for something, I'd picture my dog dying.
Yeah.
And then when she actually died, it was also when my car got stolen and shit. So it was like, that's the least of my fucking concerns right now.
That's my dead dog.
She was 15. My car was like 8.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think I did the same thing with my dog when I was younger. Like I would think about him dying all the time and like be beside myself in tears. And then when he actually did die, I was like, I didn't believe it. Like I didn't even. I was
and then you broke up with me.
Oh my God, I did that on the same day, everyone.
Yeah,
Talk about
I
delivery.
I went into the fucking shower. Like, she was crying about the dog or whatever.
Yeah,
And I went
and
in
I
the
was
shower
like,
and I come
by
out.
the way.
And then she's crying even fucking like more. She's like bawling. I was like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah, you have to break up or whatever. And I was like,
Over the dog?
yeah, I was like, damn, what the dog got to do with this?
And I was like, everything.
That was almost a year ago. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like late March. Yeah,
was it late March? We should do an episode on the day that we broke
yeah.
up
We'll
for
do
the
like an
first time.
anniversary episode.
Yeah, we should. I think, and then our anniversary was the 20th. We could do a little 420.
Well, no. Well, you know what we're gonna do for 420. That's Eric's first birthday.
Oh my gosh,
So-
we gotta throw him a little birthday party.
Well,
a little B-Day
We're
bash.
gonna do Tunnel Town. If you're listening to this and you would like
What
to
the
donate
fuck is Tunnel Town?
any amount of money to Tunnel Town. Tunnel Town's idea that I came up with with my friend James.
Hey, James.
What's up, James? I know you're one of the very
Love
few
you,
people
buddy.
that listens to this.
Yeah, James is one of our only true fans. We got a few super fans.
Yeah,
I won't name them by name, but it's James.
I think it's just James.
It's James, Taylor, and Emmy.
Oh, Taylor listens.
Oh, Taylor is like, ugh. Hey, Taylor. Love you, bitch.
Love you, bitch.
Keep going. I didn't like that. Actually, you know what Taylor told me, which is something I've thought privately, and I was so glad when they confirmed, was they said that you remind them of Zach.
Their boyfriend.
Partner.
Okay, anyway, so Tunnel Town is basically
Sorry,
so
yeah, keep
we
going.
have like the tunnel that you
Yeah.
forgot for Eric, your rabbit's old tunnel, and we just connect a bunch of them throughout the entire like lower floor of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'd have his own little system like a fucking hamster from G-Force or something.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so if anyone listening to this wants like Venmo me and pitch in, they're like $15 each, and I want to get like
Like
at
10
least
of them?
8 or 10 of them or
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So Venmo me however much you'd like,
However much you have.
however much you have.
Empty your bank account.
Yeah, I mean the more the merrier, and I think he'd be so fucking enthralled by that. I think it'd be such a good
That's true.
first
But if
birthday
they're all
present for
connected,
him.
yeah.
But there'd be
honestly-
different if I
No,
get
of
enough, there'd be
course.
like,
Like
oh, which
a
way do
whole
I go?
maze.
It'd be
Yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
maze. It'd be fucking
Oh,
awesome.
we should totally do that. I'm actually fully invested in this.
Yeah, no, it'd be fucking. I love like ruining my house for dumb ideas, like when Josh and I bought a piece of plywood and made a slide going down
Oh
the
my
stairs.
gosh, yeah. Eric used to live in this
That was
awesome
awesome.
house, one of the best houses I've ever been in my entire life. And they got this huge plank o' wood, and put it right on top of the stairs. And so to get up and down the stairs, you had to slide.
Yeah, we
And-
put like air mattresses
and
and,
they
like
left it there
sofa
for
cushions at
way
the bottom.
longer than the joke required. Like,
Dude, the
it
landlord
was
showed up and he was like, "You have to get rid of this." It's like, no, we don't.
No, we don't. We live here, not you.
Yeah, people were coming to tour the house and chicks. It was a rental. Oh my god, that's so funny. But yeah,
Yeah.
we put a bunch of shit at the bottom to like cushion the fall, but half the time it wouldn't work, and we ended up just like hurting ourselves a lot. But it was fucking awesome. It was particle board actually. It was like 5 pieces of particle board that we just glued together with wood glue, and then
Ugh, what a great house. I
yeah,
miss
that was
that
fucking
house.
awesome.
Maybe one day, not today. One day we should discuss Elmo.
Come Elmo or my Elmo? My Elmo is right behind you. I should get him in the shot, honestly,
Wait, we should totally have Elmo in the shot.
over the green screen or something.
Yeah, he should be over the green sheet.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Okay, well, we're almost at time.
Holy shit, what time are we at?
We're at 48 minutes.
I think that's a good place.
Yeah. What do you want to do for dinner? Do you want the pierogies?
Oh, fuck yeah, I want the pierogies. I've been dying for these fucking...
Can you drive?
Yeah, I mean, I'm physically capable. Why? Do you have a good parking spot?
Yeah, and my car is like very little gas in it.
Can you drive my car? Fine, I'll drive.
Yeah, I will drive your. I'll drive your car. That's
okay,
fine.
I mean, I can drive. I just like you are usually the driver, so whenever I'm here, I'm mentally a passenger.
Okay, no, I'll drive. That's fine.
You drive, but I get to control the music.
Okay.
Wow! He only said yes because we're on air. He never lets me play the music.
As soon as I turn
this
this off.
is a big win! Woo!
I feel like I need like a signing off catchphrase.
Yeah, let's come up with one right now.
What's the name of the podcast?
See you later, you little.
What are the names for our fans?
Well, we can name them all one by
Ortho
one.
Oswalds.
No, absolutely not.
Michelle's.
Let him die.
Um.
We should just call them all by name. Emmy, I love you. Sydney, I love you. Taylor, I love you. Bean Boy, we got beef right now. You're on thin ice. James, I love you.
I think David listens.
David, I love you, buddy. Thanks for being in my fantasy football
listens.
league. Josh Schwartz, thanks for pretending to listen. You're my number one
Josh
boy.
actually does listen.
Josh, who pretends to listen?
Jeremy pretends to listen.
Jeremy, I'm quizzing you right now. 7. I'm going to text you. Jeremy, I love you still.
7.
Who else is there? I think that's the whole crew.
Those are all our listeners.
Those are all our listeners.
If you listen, shoot us some, and we didn't catch your name, shoot us a message, and we'll give you a shout out next week.
Yeah, but
all right.
all
Until
8
then,
of you.
see you guys.
Love you.